Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning at 4:45 a.m. right about now and goes until 5 a.m. and then at 4:45 p.m. and goes until 5 p.m. This show is aimed at entrepreneurs, those who have their own business, those who like to start their own business, and those who would simply like to live like a boss. If that's you, you have arrived at the right location. As you are joining the conversation, please say hello. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you are watching the show from. Janie, you are doing it. Respect. That's how you do it. You're up. Good to see you here, Miss Willis. Miss Willie. We are a show dedicated also to the idea that we can become more productive through joy, meaning joy can be used as a technology to move us towards our goals and objectives. That's really critical because too often we feel under-resourced, under-prepared to go do what needs to be done, and we don't really have the answers to connect our dreams with our practical day-to-day life. And this show is a very, very pragmatic show looking to really connect what you would like to. Hey, good morning. Asafo, good to see you here, brother. Yes. What you would like to accomplish. So we're really a very serious show, honestly. Although we have a lot of fun, we try to have fun, but we are about getting the job handled, all right? And so as we know from 10th grade science, there's a scientific imperative behind joy. When the body is feeling joyful, what's happening at a biochemical level is that the body is flooding itself with endorphins. And those endorphins give us a sense of euphoria. And we can use that euphoric feeling to drive us towards, again, our goals and objectives. All right. A bit about myself. This is Michael Datcher. I am the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were also optioned. Let me clear my throat. Were also optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that project. That book was also featured on Oprah. It's many of the international media outlets like the BBC, etc. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is based 13 miles from Ferguson, where Michael Brown was murdered, and the conflagration that ensued there happened as well. That book is about identical twin sons, and one of the sons gets vitiligo, the so-called Michael Jackson disease, which makes black and brown people lose their melanin, their skin coloring, in spots or splotches. I'm also the founding editor of the International Journal of Literary Nonfiction called The Truth About the Fact, based here in America, but which has a global readership. If you're a writer, you can go to thetruthaboutthefact.org and learn more about that. I'm the former executive director of the World Stage, a literary and jazz venue. It's a nonprofit in Los Angeles. My educational background is, if you are into jazz or literature in terms of workshops and performance, you can go to theworldstage.org. I'm also my educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD is in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English at Loyola Marymount University here in California. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given my crazy background. I am the product of a really terrible story of a young girl who was raped at 16, got pregnant with me, gave me up for adoption eventually at the age of 17, then subsequently so I was raised essentially by a single mother from the very early age. After that horrific start, even with my adopted mother being awesome still, and those are difficult beginnings for any young child. Yet, as Kool Moe Dee famously said, "How you like me now, people? How you like me?" And so if I can be this productive through joy, trust me, anyone can do it, and so can you. All right? So this show is all about that, and really in some ways inspired by that idea, because I know what it's like to go through hardship. It isn't like those hardships stopped when I was a month old or whatever it was. I mean, I've definitely faced my share, probably more, I shouldn't say more, but I've faced my share of difficulties. I'll just leave it at that. But I know that those difficulties do not have to be my excuse while I cannot ball, nor your excuse. Those challenges simply become our story of what we had to get through to get over. how we got to where we got today. So I give them my brief narrative every show or most shows just to let people know, hey, this wasn't like I just rolled out of bed and started bawling. This took some work and some difficulty. All right. So that's why I'm so committed to the show, because I know that if I can do it, we can all bawl in a similar way. All right. And so in the morning show, we talk a great deal about the import of framing our day before our day has a chance to frame us. Sometimes we wake up on the proverbial side of the bed. Like yesterday, had a really busy day. Things were going on. And so that was on my mind this morning. And so I had to catch myself and read and do these, as we will talk about in a second, through a series of morning rituals. I kind of get my day started on the proper footing. And so by ritual, I mean doing the same thing at around the same time. Let me just share my ritual now to talk about this in more detail. So every morning I wake up at 4 o'clock, 4 a.m., which is too early, trust me, because I'm really a night person. Getting up that early, which is ridiculous. But right now it takes getting up this early to do all the things I need to do. So you got to do what you got to do. And so I read two spiritual or kind of business books. I do our show at 4:45. Then I go to the beach. I live right here along the coast here in Venice Beach, California. I bring my drum. I meditate. I pray. I do yoga. I come back to the house, work on my current book for a few hours, and I go back to the beach, run along the coast, and then back, and then eventually going to my gym. Oh, don't be sorry. Thank you for saying that. I know you're just being empathetic, but everyone's got some difficulty, you know. That's right. But thanks for being sympathetic. And go to the gym, eventually hit the weights. And so by 8 o'clock, guys, I'm feeling amazing. I just feel excited about life. And I'm able to use that feeling of euphoria to then drive me towards my goals and objectives. But now what I'm not saying is do what I do. You know, I am saying do something. Decide what you can do. And my ritual only began with just one thing. I think I just began this is years ago now, of course, just by reading. Whatever it was. I can't even recall, it was such a long time ago. But I'm saying do something every day, because life's going to happen to you. Thank you, Janie. Right. Because life's going to happen to you every day. You have to do something. It could be taking a walk. It could be meditating. So in fact, we're encouraging people to join us on our monthly challenge to meditate 15 minutes a day. So today we're going to be talking about the idea of patience and productivity. But first, as an aside, we offer live one-on-one Productive Through Joy trainings. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com or michaeldatcher.com and learn more about those trainings. Again, these aren't for everyone, honestly, because it does involve some work. But definitely go and get the information about getting a free consultation. We basically vet everyone who's interested, because, you know, we aren't just trying to take your money. You know, we're doing fine. We're trying to also not waste our time, frankly. You have to be sort of committed to this type of work, because it's simple, but it's not easy, because it does require, you know, you have to work to make those dreams manifest. So we like to see if people really are serious, to be honest. If not, we don't even engage them, because, you know, we're busy as well over here. But go do that, michaeldatcher.com, and holler at me, see if our trainings can fit your particular needs, all right? And again, that consultation is free. I didn't say free, 1, 2, 3, 4, free. But the trainings themselves, if we decide to work together, of course, are not free. You have to be willing to invest in yourself to, of course, ball. I take workshops and trainings literally all the time in real estate and in publishing, which are my two main entrepreneurial exploits. So let's dive in. So today we're talking to you guys about productivity and patience, and what is the tie between productivity and patience. Point one is that patience has to be developed. I am naturally a super impatient person, as you may have noticed on the show. I talk fast, I think fast, I'm mercurial, as they say. And those things are not bad, but, you know, patience helps. And it's taken me, I'm still not even very patient, which is why we're doing the show today. But I'm working on it. I've gotten way better than I used to be. But I've learned that through patience, when I'm patient, I do better. And so what I've learned is I have to actually work on my patience, which is point one. You have to develop a sense of patience. And how does one do that? Well, which goes right into point two, which is echoing of our earlier discussion. I'm patient because I have a strong, what I call a spiritual practice. You may want to call it energetic practice, in case you don't believe in God or spirituality, which is up to you, of course. but I believe in God, so I call it spiritual practice. All right. So when you can consistently do the work on yourself, in my case in the morning, it begins to develop a confidence that everything is going to be all right, because it is. All right. So I'll leave it at that. But you have to engage in something every single day to be in the habit of undergirding yourself. Because as we know, it's almost like we're like these rocks in a good way, like these boulders. But as we know, a dripping water can literally wear a hole into the biggest boulder, because over time things get worn away. And that's how life can treat a lot of us. If we don't undergird ourselves, life will just kind of wear us away. We've all seen people like that. That could be our own story, to be honest, right? But it does not have to be that way. And so you want to do something every day to undergird yourself. I speak about the mornings because that's a good foundation setting. I have to do things throughout my day as well, but my mornings are my critical time, because I'm not talking to people yet, except for our show here. I'm not worried about my responsibilities, meetings. I got a big meeting today, for example. This is huge, but I hadn't even thought about that today, because now I'm focused on us, on me, undergirding myself. And then throughout my day, I can work on, I can maintain that spirit, but I'm starting and encouraging you to start your day with something that's powerful and encouraging to you. All right. Sorry, that was crazy. So which goes into point 3. When you can undergird the self, work on your patience, what you're gonna see is you're going to see an uptick in confidence, because through your patience, you're going to see the things that you were wanting to manifest. And it may have taken a longer time than you had anticipated, but the time that it took is, of course, well worth it once it actually manifests. And once you begin to get enough of those experiences, wanting something, working towards it, seeing it, visualizing it, working towards it, and it happens, although maybe not on your particular desired schedule, but it happens nonetheless, you will begin to have the confidence that you'll be able to do it again. If you can just be patient, that thing will also manifest. So with that, we'll end the show. Thanks for listening. Again, this is your host and your boy, Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning at 4:45 a.m. Right now, it goes until 5 a.m. 4:45 p.m., a different show altogether, and goes until 5 p.m. Again, if you're interested, first please share the show. If you've enjoyed the show, share it with your friends now or when the show is over, or invite people to join the conversation. Definitely follow me at Instagram at Michael Datcher. That's Michael like a Jordan, Datcher like baseball catcher with a D, Datcher. No doubt. Also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Michael Datcher. And then lastly, for sure go to either productivethroughjoy.com or michaeldatcher.com and learn more about our Productive Through Joy trainings. They're very powerful, but definitely reach out and see if the trainings can work for you. We offer a free 15-minute conversation via phone or Skype or however you would like to communicate to really see if our trainings can work for you. Again, we're not just trying to take your money. We're doing fine here. We're trying to create a movement of people who want to start their own business. We believe that's the key. You can always create your own day job, but you want to be in control of how much money you can make. Because our goal is not just to make money, but to have abundance, meaning have wealth, so to speak, and love in our family, in our communities, and to help folks who would like to make a difference in the world have the resources to fund it. Too often the folks who have vision lack the resources, and those who have resources lack the vision. We're looking to meld resources and vision together into a powerful combination. All right, so thanks for listening, and as we say on this show, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces. See you at 4:45 p.m.